Southend Fire Brigade. The origins of Southend Fire Brigade date back to 1877, when it was noted in the local press that Southend wished to form its own fire brigade. The first documented major fire that it dealt with was on the 20th of July 1878, and the article in the Essex Newsman was less than glowing. The report stated that a terrible fire broke out at the steam mill in Stambridge the previous Saturday and was allegedly started by a child lighting waste in the engine room. Southend and Rayleigh fire brigades were called, but Southend was late arriving, and when they did arrive, their hose burst. Consequently, the mill was completely destroyed. Surrounding properties were in danger of becoming involved, and so the Royal Artillery Fire Brigade from Shoebury Barracks was called upon to help. They had 2 powerful pumps and soon got to grips with the fire, to much acclaim. Of course, things would improve over time as money became available to invest in equipment. Most noticeably, a wheeled escape ladder was added in 1890. In 1911, Southend got its first motorised fire engine, built by Merryweather and Sons of London. With the advent of the Great War in 1914, Leigh-on-Sea Fire Brigade was absorbed into Southend Fire Brigade. Southend suffered greatly from aerial bombardment during this time from Zeppelins and fixed-wing aircraft. The war affected the fire brigade not just in terms of fires created by bomb damage, but through the loss of firemen as they were conscripted to serve on the front line. Full-time firemen were exempt from conscription, but volunteer firemen were not, and about half of Southend's firemen were volunteers. Southend Fire Brigade celebrated its Golden Jubilee in 1927 and its Diamond Jubilee in 1937, with dinners held at Garron's Banqueting Hall. The 1927 programme listed the following fire appliances: at Taylor's Avenue Fire Station, Dennis Pump Escape, Merryweather Pump Escape, Leyland Pump, Dennis Trailer Pump, Napier Tender with 30-foot extension ladder, and Shand Mason Steam Pump. Elm Road Fire Station, Shoebury Ness, Merryweather Pump Escape, Dennis First Aid Machine fitted with a pump, and 35-foot extension ladders. By 1937, there were 3 fire stations, and the fire appliances in the fleet were Tyler Avenue Fire Station, 2 Leyland pumps, Dennis Pump, Morris Majoris 85-foot turntable ladder, Morris Commercial Van, and a Dennis Trailer Pump. Number 1 substation, Leigh-on-Sea, 2 Dennis Pumps. Number 2 substation, Shoebury Ness, Martin Pump. In 1941, in response to the hostilities of World War II, the government formed the National Fire Service, and Southend, along with the rest of Essex, became known as Fire Force 11. The headquarters for Fire Force 11 were at Southend. Once again, Southend would suffer greatly from hostile action due to its proximity to London. The National Fire Service continued beyond the end of the war until the 31st of March 1948. On 1st of April 1948, the National Fire Service was replaced by a system of local authority control at county level. Southend was a county borough, so was able to have control of its own fire brigade separately from the rest of Essex. The locals of Southend were pleased to have their own fire brigade back. In 1964, a new fire station at Sutton Road replaced the Tyler's Avenue fire station. The Sutton Road fire station still exists and celebrates 60 years of service in 2004. The end for Southend's own fire brigade came in April 1974, when local government reorganisation saw it amalgamated into Essex County Fire Brigade.